조이를 감싸줘. 일 지켜줬다 해서 난 안 지켜준다.
근데 니는 좀 미끼 새끼들 상황에 안 지켜주거든. 건강한 상황이지.
솔직히 내가 딴 애들이 그거는 막 진동 이런 애들이 막 니한테 뭐라 할 때 내가 지켜준다 이거 막 하지 말라 그러는 거.
근데 이따가 니 하나 좀 반지야. 열심히 하면 돼. 끝나고.
나도 이렇게 생각을 해봐. 내가 싫어하는 난 내가 싫어하는 그냥 싫으면 장난치. 진짜 싫어. 나도 이거 뭐하는데 머리 때린다고.
얘들아, 크게 아프면 장난치지 말자.
뭐냐 산 거요. 하나비. 우리 뒤에냐? 우리 아침이나 지금 하긴. 누가 버렸어? 그 안에 달려가는데.
제29회 WBSC 기장세계 청소년 야구 선수권대회 8일차에 이번 기장-현대차 드림볼파크를 찾아주신 여러분을 환영하며 감사의 말씀을 드립니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome and thank you for attending today's game at Dream Ballpark in Gijang City for the WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup 2019.
가족 여러분, 제29회 WBSC 기장세계 청소년 야구 선수권대회 네덜란드와 스페인의 경기를 시작하겠습니다.
Today's competition between Netherlands and Spain will be started.
양팀 선수단을 소개해드리겠습니다. 먼저 네덜란드 선수단입니다.
Introducing today's lineup. First, the visiting team, Netherlands.
감독 에릭 데브론,
Manager, Eric de Bruin.
코치 마이클 던스너,
Coach, Michael Bertram.
코치 유진 킹셀,
Coach, Eugene Kingsayer.
코치 마틴 리조,
Coach, Martin Mijov.
일반 타자 타이리 켄,
Batting first, Tyrek Kemp.
일반 타자 레이슨 폴로니아,
Batting second, Bryson Polonius.
3번 타자 데럴 콜린스,
Batting third, Darrell Collins.
4번 타자 나타니엘 벤투라,
Batting fourth, Nathaniel Ventura.
5번 타자 리엔드 피트네로,
Batting fifth, Ruben.
6번 타자 쉐인 컨트,
Batting sixth, Shane Pont.
7번 타자 리온드 아나사라스티,
Batting seventh, Leandro Armasagasti.
8번 타자 맥스 코스,
Batting 8, Max Klopp.
9번 타자 닉 버스,
Batting 9, Nick Fox.
타수 루크,
Today's starting pitcher, Luke Turbek.
그의 예리 선수입니다.
And the rest of Team Netherlands.
이어서 스페인 선수단입니다.
For Team Spain, today's home team.
감독 호제 리에라,
Manager, Jose Riera.
코치 미렐 에로스,
Coach, Miguel Eros.
코치 이스마엘 가르시아,
Coach, Ismael Garcia.
코치 에드가 헤르난데스.
Coach, Edgar Hernandez.
1번 타자 요스틴 카스티오,
Batting first, Justin Castillo.
2번 타자 루벤 페르난데스,
Batting second, Ruben Fernandez.
3번 타자 프랑크 에르난데스,
Batting third, Frank Hernandez.
4번 타자 후안 곤살레스,
Batting fourth, Juan Gonzalez.
5번 타자 볼 로드리게스,
Batting fifth, Flor Rodriguez.
6번 타자 얀 세테로,
Batting sixth, Yan Cepero.
7번 타자 다니엘 페레스,
Batting seventh, Daniel Perez.
8번 타자 라파엘 블랑카,
Batting eighth, Rafael Blanco.
9번 타자 호르에 프랑코,
Batting ninth, Jorge Franco.
타자 리벤 델가도,
Today's starting pitcher, Livan Delgado.
그의 1위 선수입니다.
And the rest of Team Spain.
다음은 본 경기를 진행할 심판위원을 소개해드리겠습니다. 주심 이탈리아의 시몬 메니쿠치, 옐로심 남아프리카 공화국의 마크 쿠피도, 1호심 스리랑카의 시지와 시니 캄볼라즈, 3호심 호주의 제임스 시레스. 이상 네 분께서 수고해 주시겠습니다.
Next is today's umpire. Home plate, Mr. Simone Menicucci from Italy. First base, Mr. Mark Cupido from Republic of South Africa. Second base, Mr. Sujiwa Sirigampalas from Sri Lanka. Third base, Mr. James Shields from Australia.
네덜란드와 스페인의 국가가 연주되겠습니다. 양국 국가가 연주되는 동안 선수 및 관중 여러분께서는 모자를 벗어주시고 국기를 향해 기립해 주시기 바랍니다.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and remove your caps as we play the national anthems of Netherlands and Spain.
먼저 네덜란드 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
First, the visiting team, Netherlands.
이어서 스페인 국가 연주가 있겠습니다.
And then the home team, Spain.
Good evening and a very warm welcome to Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark Field number 2 and the final game of the day here in the second of 3 Super Round and Consolation Round days of the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup as we get set for a European grudge match this evening. The 2 qualifiers from the continent last year making it on to the U-18 Baseball World Cup here in 2019 and set to square off in a consolation round battle as Spain, the world's number 26 ranked national team program, gets set to square off against the Netherlands. Hi everybody, my name is Tyler Ma, and Jason Schwartz is actually over on field number 1. He's getting set to cover a good one between Japan and Korea as those 2 teams match up in a huge super round battle this evening. That game will feature the U-18 World Cup debut of Loki Sasaki, who is one of the phenom pitchers on the Japanese pitching staff, going against a Korea team that very much needs a win. This game has its own big implications as these 2 teams right now are grouped at the top of the consolation round standings. The Netherlands at 3-0 against consolation round teams. Spain is at 2-1. So is Nicaragua. So this game means a lot for Spain because world ranking points go to every single finisher in this tournament. So of the 12 teams, whoever finishes atop the consolation round in effect finishes 7th in the competition and therefore gets more world ranking points than everybody below them in the 8 through 12 spots of this tournament. Here you get a look at the consolation round standings. Netherlands with that unbeaten mark against fellow consolation round teams. Spain, Nicaragua, China, Panama, and South Africa behind them in the standings. South Africa still in search of its first victory. And for the Netherlands, trying to keep that perfect roll alive, starting lineup will look like this as announced by manager Eric De Bruyne, who I got a chance to spend a little bit of time with a short while ago. Tyree Kemp will lead things off. He's the second baseman. Then Ryson Poloni is the third baseman, and Darrell Collins in left field. Those are the 3 due into the batter's box here in the top of the first inning. Nathaniel Ventura will bat cleanup. Ruendrick Piternella, the center fielder, bats 5th. Shane Quant is the DH hitting 6th. Leandro Anasahasti will bat in the 7th spot. He's catching. Max Cups is the right fielder batting 8th. And Mick Voss, the shortstop, rounds out the order for Eric De Bruyne and his Netherlands squad today. Defensively on the other side for Spain, it's Paul Rodriguez in left field, Frank Hernandez in center, Daniel E. Perez in right, Rafael Blanca at third base, Hostin Castillo's at short, Giancarlo Sapero is at second, Ruben Fernandez at first, and Juan J. Gonzalez behind the plate. He is a really good catching talent behind the plate for this Spain team, as this squad, which has made a little bit of noise, did not make it through to the super round, but Miguel Javier Eroz and his team doing some good work despite not squeaking their way out of that tough Group B in the opening round. Our 4-man umpiring crew this evening: Simone Menacucci calling the balls and strikes behind home plate from Italy, Mark Capito you saw from South Africa at first, Sujiwa Surigampaleg from Sri Lanka at second, and James Shields from Australia over at third. And we are ready to go. Here for the final game of the day in the consolation round. We've got a consolation round final already wrapped up today. China knocked off South Africa 8-0. They have actually just gone final in the second consolation round matchup of the day. Panama squeaks out a win over the Netherlands. 2-1 is the final in, or over Nicaragua, I should say. 2-1 is the final in that one. So those 2 teams are now 2-2, along with China. And if Spain is able to grab the win here tonight over the Netherlands, those 2 teams would be 3-1 atop the consolation round group. We are set to go, and the first pitch of this evening's ball game is fired in there at 5:59 in the evening by Levan Delgado. And his 0-1 bounces into the left-handed hitting Tyree Kemp. So Kemp, Ryson Polonius, and Darrell Collins. The 3 due into the batter's box here in the first inning. Bryson Polonius and his brother Rainer Polonius, both on this roster, both signed by the Tampa Bay Rays. A couple of the professionally signed players on this squad, both signed last year. Rice sits in the on-deck circle. Tyreek Kemp stares the 3-1 into the mitt of the backstop Juan J. Gonzalez, and the count, 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff man. We'll see at least 6 pitches in this opening at bat on Friday night. Ball 4 up and away. He walked him. Kemp is on, and here comes Polonius.
주변타자 3루수 레이슨 폴로니어스.
Now batting number 2, third base, Ryson Polonius.
Polonius so far in this tournament, three for 13 to get things underway. His brothers really kind of scuffled at the plate so far. 1 for 17 for Rainer Polonius. Bryson and Rainer, twin brothers, both born on September 24th of 2001. Tyreek Kemp with that lead away from first base as the right-hander Levon Delgado kicks and deals, and the first pitch breaking ball is up. Levon Delgado from Club de Baseball Astros back home in Spain. That is in Valencia. Two balls and a strike on the left-handed bat of Polonius. Ryson signed his professional deal to join the Tampa Bay Rays last July. Rockets this one out over the leap of Giancarlo Cepero and has himself on with a single. That throw went back in behind Tyreek Kemp, and it almost caught Kemp rounding the bag a little bit too much, but he's back in there.
Darrell Collins.
And the knock for Polonius puts him aboard. And it brings up Darrell Collins, another one of the pro players on this Netherlands squad. Darrell's from Spijkenisse in the Netherlands. He signed with the Kansas City Royals last August of 2018. Made his professional debut in a pretty impressive stint in the rookie-level Arizona League with the Royals. 320 batting average and 837 OPS. Check on that runner at second base, and Tyreek Kemp chased back into the bag a couple times. Bouncing ball right side, not going to be enough to turn 2 on. Darrell Collins will ground out to Ruben Fernandez over at first.
사번타자 1루수 나타니엘 벤투라.
Now batting number 23, first base, Nathaniel Ventura.
So the runners both advance. Tyreek Kemp will go to third base. Ryson Polonius will go to second. Nathaniel Ventura, 5 for 19 in the tournament. Darrell Collins, the guy ahead of him in the lineup, he's really been the offensive engine for this Netherlands squad. 9 for 22 before that ground out. But Ventura's numbers certainly not too bad. 5 for 19 with a home run, 5 runs batted in, couple of runs scored, and he's looking to get his team onto the board here in the top half of the first inning. Levon Delgado from the stretch, home on 0-2, and he pulled the string on that one. And Ventura is gone for the first strikeout of the night.
Now batting number 27, center field, Ruben Petronella.
So 2 gone in a pair in scoring position for Darrell Collins, or for, check that, Roendrick Petronella. Petronella has been a doubles machine in this tournament. 4 of his 6 hits have gone for 2 bases. 1-0 is low to him, 2 balls and no strikes. Roendrick, a pretty big guy. He's at 188 centimeters and 108 kilos. In case you're wondering, 6'2" and about 240 pounds. 2-2, or 2-1 rather. Now it's 2-2. Petronella off of the mask of Juan J. Gonzalez behind the plate. Consolation round matchup here on a Friday evening, a sticky, muggy kind of Friday evening in the Republic of Korea. Gijang-Hyundai, the host side for the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. We have a gorgeous backdrop for this one on field 2 as Petronella bounces this one out to short. He's thrown out by Austin Castillo, and that retires the side. Leadoff pair of base runners go nowhere as the Netherlands strands 2 in the first. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Netherlands scoreless in Spain coming up.
이번에 수비에 들어갈 네덜란드의 수비 위치를 말씀드리겠습니다. 투수 로키 텔베, 포수 리안드로 아나사가스티오, 1루수 나타니엘 벤투라, 2루수 타이리 켄, 3루수 레이슨 폴로니아스, 유격수 빅 보스, 좌수 데럴 콜린스, 중견수 리앤드릭 페터넬라, 우익수 맥스 컵스. 이상은 1회만 수비에 들어간 네덜란드의 수비 위치였습니다.
On defensive for Team Netherlands, pitcher Loki Turbek, catcher Leandro Anasagasti.
Here's the starting 9 for Spain on this Battle of the European Continent as announced by Miguel Arroz, the manager of this squad. Austin Castillo, the shortstop, leading things off. Ruben Fernandez, the first baseman, and Frank Hernandez, the center fielder. Those are the 3 due up here in this first inning. Juan J. Gonzalez will bat cleanup. Then it's Paul Rodriguez, Giancarlo Sapero in the middle third of the order. Daniel Perez, Rafael Blanca, and Jorge Franco round things out for Spain. There you go, look at that dugout on the third base side. Spain, the home team this evening. It's a cool moment. Austin Castillo with a handshake for Leandro Anasagasti behind the plate. That's where he is. Third to first on the infield, Polonius, Voss, Kemp, and Ventura. Collins, Petronella, and Kops. Left, center, and right in the outfield. And for the first time, we will get a look, first time this evening, I should say, at the knuckleballer, Luke Turbek, who gets a first pitch flyout to right field. 1 pitch, 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the first inning. I was talking before this game started with Eric DeBruin, and he gave me the coolest quote that I have ever heard about a knuckleballer. And he said, in reference to his starter, Turbek, tonight, he said, quote, "The knuckle needs to dance." And that means, gotta have the knuckleball working so everything else can play off of it. As Turbek kicks and comes home, first pitch low. That's the fastball coming in there, 134 kilometers per hour, as you saw. But as a knuckleballer, everything else plays off of that pitch. And if the knuckleball is good movement, fastball plays up, it seems faster, it seems more difficult to time and to gauge. He's also got a curveball that he can mix in. A lot of knuckleballers will go as there's the knuckleball, and that thing moves away on a weird break from Ruben Fernandez. 2 balls and 1 strike. Turbek back a little bit outside, 3-1. A lot of times you'll see a knuckleballer who only has the knuckleball and the fastball, but to be able to add another pitch into that mix, that fastball is there for a called strike. That provides another dimension as a knuckleballer to keep hitters honest. As Turbek will go back to work against Ruben Fernandez on a full count offering. And a called strike 3 freezes Fernandez. He's gone for strikeout number 1.
Now batting.
And 2 gone, bases empty here in the bottom of the first inning for Frank Hernandez, the center fielder. Hernandez, through the tournament's first week, he has been terrific. Guy contending possibly for some type of all-world team recognition. 10 hits and 25 trips to the plate. A triple, 7 runs batted in for Frank Hernandez out of this 3 spot in the order for Spain. A 1 way in, and that catches him on the elbow guard. So, first base runner of the day for Spain. And that'll bring up Juan J. Gonzalez. Tried to get out of the way of that pitch, but just backed up on him. And that'll bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez, a good offensive tournament as well. 7 for 25, 4 doubles. 280 average, a 797 OPS for the big catcher out of the cleanup spot. First pitch fastball to him there for a strike. There's the breaking ball on 0-1 and the throw down to second base. Man, if Tyreek Kemp was able to hold on to that ball, he gets that out at second, but Frank Hernandez coming by him kind of deked him out of being able to make the catch and the tag all in one motion. The throw was offline, but it was at least on the runner's side of the bag. And it actually tails a little bit away from Kemp. So stolen base for Hernandez. Chopped by Kemp to be able to avoid Frank Hernandez. 0-2, shot foul. It's just about 6:15 in the evening. It is somehow hotter in this broadcast booth right now than it was during the day game. Chinese Taipei took down, get another look at that tag attempt at second. Took down Australia in a big-time rout, 12-0 in the first game of the day here on this field. This ball's driven out to right. Max Cups gives it a look and a grab, and that retires the side. Couple of flyouts, a strikeout. The hit by pitch and stolen base do no damage. And we go to the second, all scoreless on field 2 in Gijang.
네덜란드 공격 6번 지명타자 슈엔컨.
6, 7, and 8 for the Netherlands as a little early game snack for the Dutch manager Eric de Bruyne from the first base dugout. There's the Spain coaching staff on the third base side as we are set to go for the top of 2 here in our consolation round matchup on the penultimate day of consolation and super round play in the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. Leadoff man for the Netherlands here in the second is Shane Quant, the designated hitter. Three balls and a strike on Quant. DH fires the hands and skies one to left. One out. Rodriguez had to wait for a while for that one to come down. Japan scoreless in the top of the first inning, and Loki Sasaki to the mound. And a huge super round battle between Japan and Korea. Those two teams have played each other in obviously some very high leverage games in recent years, even just at the U-18 Baseball World Cup, but obviously elsewhere as well, Premier 12 and the World Baseball Classic and all the youth levels, et cetera, et cetera. There are very few individuals who command the kind of attention for an event like the U-18 Baseball World Cup that tonight's starting pitcher Loki Sasaki does on the other side. Sasaki broke Shohei Ohtani's high school pitch speed record earlier this year for high school players in Japan as Leandro Anasahasti rounds out back to the pitcher's mound. Sasaki threw a pitch back in April that was clocked at 101 miles per hour.
Number 18, right field, Max Paul.
He's still 17, by the way. Sasaki will not turn 18 until November, but before his 18th birthday, he's going to be a first-round pick of at least one and probably a bunch of Nippon professional baseball teams in the October draft there. The Nippon Am Fighters have already said they're going to use their first-round draft selection on him. The NPB draft, and I will willingly admit my ignorance, I'm not quite as familiar with how the process works for the Nippon Professional Baseball Draft, but players can be selected by multiple teams. So the Fighters, for example, have already said that they will use their first-round pick on Loki Sasaki. Sasaki could be selected by other teams as well, and then the rights to sign him would actually go through a lottery process. So it's not just, oh, he's a first-round pick. He got picked by, let's say, the Rakuten Golden Eagles, and now he's got to go to them. That's not exactly how it works in Nippon Professional Baseball, but there are going to be a lot of suitors for Loki Sasaki's services, and not just in Nippon Professional Baseball. There are rumors that close to a dozen teams from Major League Baseball in the United States have been interested in the young right-hander. But access to him has been very closely guarded, and that means for scouts, for front office personnel, even for media. His high school basically banned visitors from its grounds last year in order to minimize his exposure to potentially, as Max Kops works a 2-out walk, people trying to work out a deal with him or figure out where he's going to go or what he's going to do after his high school career is over. He is a fun prospect, and a little bummed to not get a chance to see him live tonight. He warmed last night in the bullpen for Japan a couple of times, but Japan had a start underway from Yasunobu Okugawa that was unlike anything we've seen so far in this tournament. Okugawa struck out 18 batters over 7 innings. Bouncing ball left side and foul. Right-hander Okugawa struck out the side in 4 innings and 2 batters in his other 3. Multiple Ks in every single inning he threw. 0-2 pitch is just below the knees. One ball, 2 strikes on the 9-hole hitter Mick Voss. This ball out to right center and down for a base hit. Rounding second, cutting the bag headed for third, Max Cobbs. And the single puts runners at the corners. Great job by Mick Voss going the other direction. And maybe an even better job, Max Cobbs, who didn't have to slide over at third. Moving quickly, that ball jumping off the bat of Voss, and Cobbs cutting the bag at second. Making it into third. So he's 1 station away, bouncing ball off the pitcher's mound, and that redirects right to Sapero, who will take it to the second base bag and get the final out of the inning. So the 4-6 put out ends the frame. We head to the bottom of 2, the Netherlands and Spain scoreless in Gijang.
이날 스페인 공격 5번 타자 좌익수 볼 로드리게스.
Bottom of 2nd inning. Now batting number 16.
Scoreless after an inning and a half as we go to the bottom of 2. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for Spain. Left fielder Paul Rodriguez, second baseman Giancarlo Sapero, and the right fielder Daniel Perez. Paul Rodriguez, first man into the box here in the bottom of 2. 4 for 19 in the tournament with a double. First pitch fastball there for a strike to him. Luke Turbek from Hoofddorp in the Netherlands. He works on the mound back home. In the Dutch Major League, I believe, the Hoofdklasse. Balls and 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting Rodriguez. Sasaki with a strikeout. Big cut and a miss. Paul Rodriguez gone on strikes. Second K of the evening for Luke Turbek.
Now batting number 1.
Loki Sasaki with a K for Japan in the bottom of the first inning against Korea. Finishing that inning with a strikeout. And they are scoreless after 1 over on the main field in that big-time Super Round matchup. So, 6-hole hitter Giancarlo Cepero steps in to the box, pops the bunt up, third base side, and Ryson Polonius sniffed that out instantly. He was already coming in, had a feeling that maybe the bunt was coming, and he's there to make the grab to retire Cepero, so 2 gone.
Now batting number 27, right field, Daniel Perez.
So 2 gone, base is empty. Daniel Perez, right fielder, checks his swing, holds up, ball 1. Perez just 1 hit in his first 16 at bats so far in the tournament. Been able to get on a couple other times via walks. 2 of those for the week. He shoots this one out to short. Nick Voss to first, a little bit low on the throw, but no trouble for Nathaniel Ventura. And 3 up, 3 down goes Spain in an orderly bottom of the second inning. We're headed to the third, all scoreless on field 2.
세네차 네덜란드 공격 이번 타자 정루수 루이스 펠레니아스.
Top of third inning. Now batting number 6.
Top of the third inning, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Netherlands. Ryson Polonius will lead things off. Little tiny Spain fan. Having some fun down the third base side. As we open this third inning under the lights here in Gijang-Hyundai in the Republic of Korea. 1-0 pitch on the way, a little bit low to Ryson Polonius. Or was it? Nope, that got the delayed strike call. One, nice change up there. Polonius way out in front of it. Ryson Polonius started his professional career this year with the Dominican Summer League Tampa Bay Rays affiliate, DSL Rays 2. 1-2 pitch, skied behind the plate, maybe playable, not playable for Juan J. Gonzalez, who gave it a good effort, but heads back out behind the plate. Polonius, 38 games in the DSL this year. He batted just 137 with a 502 OPS, but that is the entry level of a professional career in the United States. Look at a bouncing ball left side. This is going to be a tough play for anybody. Rafael Blanca's throw to first. That gets away, and that hit. Is that Eugene Kingsale down there? I think it is. Who is up to his feet, and he's okay, but flanked somewhere off of Kingsale.
Darrell Collins.
Polonius is going to make that close either way. Pitch is there for a strike. That did go as an infield single, by the way, for Polonius, as you would imagine. Difficult play. He was flying up the line. This ball shot foul off the bat of Darrell Collins. Two fouled away. Big guy, Darrell Collins. You can see why the Kansas City Royals like him and his projectability. Collins, a really good professional debut this year in the rookie level Arizona League. Just 17 years old is Darrell, and swats another pitch foul. Polonius away from first. 0-2. Weaved at and missed. They've already gone to the bullpen over on field number 1. Loki Sasaki, 1 inning.
Nathaniel Ventura.
It's quite a tease. Japan already headed to the bullpen. Now, it is entirely possible that Japan is getting Sasaki out there, or got him out there, to start things tonight, see how he feels on the mound, and then save him for Sunday, as Japan will, it appears right now, assuredly be playing for at least bronze, if not back in another World Championship final to play for the title of World Champion. This ball shot left side. That's on through for a base hit. Nathaniel Ventura, with the runner moving, will move him all the way to third. Bryson Polonius was off with the pitch. He flies around second base and into third. And the 1-out single,
27,
rifled through the left side, gives the Netherlands runners at the corners. That ball was the perfect hit because Hostin Castillo had started moving toward the bag. He vacated that spot at short. The ball was hit so hard, not sure if he would have gotten to it anyway, but a play that puts runners at the corners for the Netherlands, and 1 gone. RBI opportunity for Ruendrick Piternella again. Piternella grounded out 6-3 to end the first inning with runners on. And a bouncer into the dirt. Delgado home on 1-0. There's a tapper left side. Runner breaks for the plate. Throw's going to go to second and on to first. Not going to get the out at first base. Piternella will reach on a fielder's choice. The run scores Polonius. I'm not sure. If I'm the Netherlands, I might want to take a look at this play at second base and see if Giancarlo Sapero kept his foot on the bag, because I don't know if he did. Netherlands doesn't look like it'll ask for a challenge here, but I don't know if that's an out at second. Not going to matter, as Ventura is retired on the 5-4 putout. But getting a look at that play, a high throw from Rafael Blanca, and Sapero, if his foot was on the bag, it was one spike on the bottom of his shoe on the bag, leaping to try to pull it in. 1-0, bouncing past the backstop, Juan Gonzalez. The runner was on the move with that pitch, so Piternella into second base. Sasaki with the fastball, his primary pitch in that first inning against Korea, 92 to 93 miles per hour. That is in line with what we heard of his performance in the Summer Koshin tournament. This team actually did not advance to the tournament, fell in their prefecture final, but he basically, over the course of the year in his usage, we saw his velocity dip from the upper 90s and in one instance clocked at 101 miles per hour down to the mid and lower 90s. Now tonight, it's more than likely a case where Sasaki was out there and throwing it maybe 85% rather than blowing it out, going 100% in his first outing of the tournament. Hasn't pitched in a little while. He's worked in bullpen sessions, but has not been on the mound in a competitive setting in well over a week, probably 2 weeks. And he has been dealing with a blister issue as well, so it's not just as simple as, oh man, velocity was down in the first, another breaking ball in behind the designated hitter Shane Kwan. But 92-93 for a 17-year-old who is not pitching 100% in terms of how high he's revving the engine in the first inning. That is really impressive. And done after one, he issued a walk, he struck out a batter. Here, it is 1-0 in favor of the Netherlands, as Shane Kwan tries to capitalize on the base runner aboard at second in the person of Ruendrick Petronella. Brought home the run with the fielder's choice ground ball out to third. That Japan-Korea game scoreless. They're in the bottom of the second over there. The new arm into the game for Japan is Junya Nishi, who is the starting right fielder last night. Strike three here will end things in the top of the third inning. But the Netherlands brings around the first run of the evening, and we go to the bottom of the third. It's the Netherlands 1 and Spain 0. One nothing lead for the Netherlands going to the bottom of the third inning. A run on 2 hits and a man left on last inning for the Netherlands. And Spain will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. As we move along into the bottom of 3. So Loki Sasaki with his day done after just an inning over on field number 1. Sasaki, I guess, did touch 94 miles per hour in that first inning, but primarily 92-93. He has been the talk of this tournament, even from other teams. That's been kind of the interesting thing. We talked to other teams earlier on in the week. Chopper out to second, Tyreek Kemp with the out. And we had guys saying, have you heard anything about Sasaki? Is Sasaki thrown yet? Saw him walking around in the hotel, looked like he had a bandage on. Heard he's dealing with a blister issue. I mean, he has been the guy. The aura around him has been very real over the course of this week that we have been here in the Republic of Korea. Spain's starting to get a little frustrated with the lower border of this strike zone. Simone Menacucci has been calling the low strike everywhere. I mean, that pitch is probably not on the lower part of the zone anyway, where the break was. Looked like a strike. I think it's the moment where Leandro Anasahasti had trouble handling it that frustrates a hitter. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Luke Turbek, the right-handed knuckleballer for the Netherlands. Works his way ahead 1 and 2. Here on the 9-hole hitter, Jorge Franco, the DH. Franco 2 for 6 in limited appearances at the plate. He swings and doesn't get a piece of the knuckler there. Third strikeout in the first time through the order for Turbek, and we're back at the top of the order and hosting Castillo with 2 outs and the bases empty.
Castillo.
First pitch, big cut and miss. Oh, 1 up the middle. Nice job ranging to his left by Mick Voss. Throw to first is going to pull Nathaniel Ventura off the bag. See how that goes, scored. That is a long ranging play up the middle. Mick Voss, great instincts to get on that ball with a quick jump over from his shortstop position. Just the second base runner of the game. That does go as an error charge to the shortstop Voss. 2 outs. Spain trying to get its offense started here on a Friday evening. Check behind the runner on that 0-1 offering outside. Eduardo Domnguez, he is an active catcher back there. Got a big target down at first base, Nathaniel Ventura. 1-1, big cut and miss, and another throwback behind the runner. Ventura thought maybe he had the tag down in time on Castillo, but Castillo in safely. Here's another look at it. Oh, got him falling down, and evidently Castillo able to sneak the hand in there under the tag. Not the easiest angle to tell. A ball and 2 strikes. Kicking the 2-2. Fastball right there for a called strike 3. Man, oh man, Luke Turbek has looked really good through his first 3 innings. He's only seen a couple of base runners, neither via hit. And we go to the top of the 4th, the Netherlands with a 1-0 lead over Spain. Top of the 4th inning, the Netherlands with a 1-0 lead over Spain as we move along in a consolation round European matchup. The 2 qualifiers from the continent of Europe squaring off for the first time at this U-18 Baseball World Cup. The Leandro Anasahasti, the catcher, will lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 for the Netherlands here in the fourth. Anasahasti, the backstop, then Max Kops, the right fielder, and Mick Voss, the shortstop. These two teams have not met in any recent U-18 World Cups. This ball is skied to center field, and racing out at the last second, Austin Castillo able to reach out and pull it in.
Now batting number 18, right field, Max Kops.
But though they have not met in any recent U-18 Baseball World Cups, these two teams have seen each other a lot, of course, in European matchups all over the place. Netherlands, a pretty regular competitor in these World Cup events, U12, U15, U18, U23. Max Kops fouls one into the screen. Spain, not quite as much. Spain has not been in this tournament in a decade plus. Netherlands generally joined here by Italy or the Czech Republic. Russia made an appearance at the U18 Baseball World Cup about 10 years ago. Netherlands actually unbeaten in its last 7 games against European opposition at the U-18 Baseball World Cup. 3 wins against Italy, 3 wins against the Czech Republic, 1 against Russia. There's a swing and a fly ball to center field. Shallow center again and racing out. Austin Castillo is shaded a little bit too far away. And he was the one to get to that ball, but on the slide, he can't haul it in. So 1 out knock.
Shortstop, Mick Voss.
It's an alert play by Frank Hernandez, the center fielder, to pick that ball up and move in toward second base. Austin Castillo and Giancarlo Cepero both going out on that 3-man conversion trying to get to that ball. Nobody was at the second base bag, and Hernandez, the center fielder, alertly saw that, picked up the ball and started bringing it in toward the infield on his own. Max Kops, there's a chance. If nobody's paying attention, there's somebody like Max Kops, you can try to take second base on a play like that. No balls and a strike, and a check on him over at first. Netherlands is riding a 4-game winning streak right now in this event. And that is maybe a little bit unexpected. Netherlands opening this tournament with a 5-4 10-inning loss to Korea. Then fell to Canada 11-0 the next day, but rebounded to win their final 3 games in the opening round. Knocked off Nicaragua. Wow, pitch will move the runner up to scoring position. Win over Nicaragua, rain out on Monday against China, so the Netherlands beat Australia in a maybe surprising upset on Tuesday, and then came back to beat China in the makeup game on Wednesday. Mick Voss now up there with an RBI opportunity. Laces 1 foul. Ball and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, it stays high out of the right arm of Levon Delgado. It's a good job by Mick Voss to take that pitch. Those are tantalizing pitches and sometimes difficult to lay off, but Voss stays away from it. We will almost certainly be seeing another Netherlands team in a couple of weeks at the Europe and Africa Olympic qualifier in Parma and Bologna in Italy. Swing and a miss, Voss gone. 4th strikeout for Delgado. That's coming up in Parma and Bologna from the, I believe, 18th to the 22nd. The dates of that competition. The first qualifying spots in the Olympic Games for baseball will be handed out. South Africa has already punched its ticket to that qualifier. 5 European teams will join. 6-team tournament. We're back at the top of the order in Tyreek Kemp. But those 5 European teams will not be determined until the week before the qualifier at the European Championships. Well, 1 is away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. One into the dirt. Tyreek Kemp, a walk and a fielder's choice so far in this game. Two 1 on the way. Down low, 3 balls and a strike. Three-1 high, ball 4. First and second now with 2 gone for the Netherlands in the 4th.
Now batting number 6, third base, Bryson Polonius.
So it gets Spain starter Levan Delgado into the teeth of this Netherlands lineup with Bryson Polonius and Darrell Collins, the back-to-back professional players. Those European Championships actually start this week, not next week. So a little bit of advance notice for those teams. It's so strange because South Africa qualified for the Europe and Africa Olympic qualifier all the way back, I think in January was when the Africa's Cup determined their participation. A 1 waved at and missed by Bryson Polonius, and he finds himself in an 0-2 hole. The other tough thing for South Africa, aside from being the team making the longest trip, etc., they're going to be without the services of a handful of professional players. There have been some visa issues for guys, some other kind of personal things. One player is injured. Gift Ngope, the first player to reach the major leagues from the continent of Africa. Gift is actually expecting his first child along with his wife. Gift's wife will, I believe this month is due to give birth. Two outs, Delgado ready, 1-2 pitch on the way. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Polonius is retired for the first time in his 3 trips to the plate tonight. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Netherlands leaves a couple, but takes a 1-0 lead through 3.5.
삶의 스페인 공격 3번 타자 중견수 Hernandez.
Bottom of 4th inning. Now batting number 9, Central.
Headed to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark in Gijang-Gun in the Republic of Korea. The 2 qualifiers from the continent of Europe. Set to go for bottom of 4. And a bunt off the first pitch of the inning. Tough play over at third, and Bryson Polonius will not be able to retire. Frank Hernandez, the center fielder, with a leadoff bunt single, trying to get his team sparked down a run, and he's got himself aboard. Hernandez, he can do it all in this tournament. 10 for 25 coming into the night. Hit by a pitch in his first trip to the plate. Now a bunt single. He's also got a triple in the competition, 7 RBIs. That's tied for the team lead. Sharing the RBI advantage with the guy in front of him in the lineup, Ruben Fernandez, who struck out to end the third. Here in the fourth now, leadoff man on for Juan J. Gonzalez. First pitch on the way is fouled back into the screen from Luke Turbek. Turbek really good the first time through the order, plus a couple of hitters. First 3 innings, no runs, no hits for Spain. 1 error allowed a base runner to reach last inning, but nobody's moved past second base against him. Juan J. Gonzalez flew out to right field in his first trip. Bouncing ball out to third, and that one takes a weird hop. That might have hit off of the knee of Polonius, and it's on into left field. So Gonzalez is aboard. Polonius just kind of stayed flat-footed to try to field that one. That's going to go as an error. Let's see what this hit him. If that hit off the glove or off the leg. But either way, it'll go as an E5. And it's first and second, nobody out. Best threat so far in this game for Spain. The Spain squad, 26th ranked national team on the planet. That is the lowest ranking among WBSC's international rankings table participants in this World Cup. But it's a really talented group, and there are a wide range of players on this roster, some from the Dominican Republic, some from Venezuela, guys who have heritage, they're tied to Spanish baseball, live there, play there, citizenship, passports. They're in the third inning over on field number 1. And a scoreless ball game between Japan and Korea. Two hits for Japan in that game. They're the visitors tonight. They were the home team last night in routing Canada. The score wouldn't really suggest a rout. That was a 5-1 final, but if you watch the way that game was played, it was a rout. Japan's starting pitcher, Yasunobu Okugawa, 7 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, 18 strikeouts. And then reliever Shuto Izuka came on. 2 perfect innings for Shuto. He struck out a pair, so 20 strikeouts for Japan pitching last night, as the count is now 3 balls and a strike on Paul Rodriguez. Broken bat flare, left side of the infield, tough play. Polonius knocks it down. The play is going to go to third base. And a great job by Turbek and Mick Voss to get the out on the lead runner. The Netherlands shortstop goes over to make that play, which is going to go 5-1-6. It's a strange put out.
Now batting number 1, second base, Jan Cepero.
Little teardrop blooper, left side of the infield. That's an alert play by everybody. Rice and Polonius trying to make that diving catch. The pitcher Turbek then chasing the ball off of that deflection, and especially for Mick Voss to race over there to the third base bag and help out his left side mate Polonius. 1-0 pitch. Big cut and miss from Giancarlo Cepero, the second baseman. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 gone. Sapero popped out to third base in his first trip to the plate. 1-1, out too short, tough hop. Voss kicks it for a moment, flips to second for 1 on to first, double play. Great recovery by Mick Voss. What a defensive inning for the Netherlands, and Spain is gone in the 4th. We head to the 5th, Netherlands 1 and Spain nothing. Top of the 5th inning, 3-4 and 5 for the Netherlands, trying to add on to a tight lead. 1-0 our score in a matchup between two squads who faced each other at the 2018 U-18 European Championships last year.
Darrell Collins.
Netherlands and Spain became the first teams to qualify for the WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup 2019. That was last July. Well over a calendar year ago, almost 14 months ago, Netherlands and Spain qualified for this tournament. Swinging a fly ball to center. Frank Hernandez over toward the left center field gap. Darrell Collins flies out. Leadoff man retired. Collins now 0 for 3 today. It brings up Nathaniel Ventura. Netherlands, the 9th ranked team in the rankings at the time, beat then 25th ranked Spain. Netherlands now the 8th ranked team in the world. Spain is now number 26. 6-3 was the final in that one in Grosseto, Italy. 10 countries competed in that continental qualifier, the championships for Europe last year. Netherlands, then 15th ranked Italy, Czech Republic, number 18 at the time, 21st ranked Germany, 23rd ranked France, 25th ranked Spain, 33rd ranked Lithuania, 34th ranked Great Britain, 38th ranked Ukraine, and number 54 Ireland participated in that tournament as well. Czech Republic and Italy squared off in the bronze medal game, and it was a 4-3 win for the Czechs in that one. 2-1, swatted left side, picked on the backhand, Castillo's throw, in time, nice play. Nathaniel Ventura, the big first baseman, trying to leg out an infield single, and Austin Castillo cuts him down. Great play by the shortstop as Ventura doing his best, and those long legs just a half a step too short. So Ruendrick Piternella, who's fielder's choice grounder, scored the only run of this game so far back in the 3rd inning. Finds himself in a 2-0 count. Spain into the U-18 Baseball World Cup for the first time since 2006. Netherlands was in this competition 2 years ago, finished in 8th place. And this game is important involving that place. If Netherlands continues this 4-game winning streak and comes out with a win tonight, basically be in the driver's seat to finish 7th in this year's edition, as Piternella will take 4 out of the zone and a 2-out walk with it.
Now batting, number 20, designated.
That would be an improvement on the 8th place finish from 2 years ago. Final standings in that U-18 baseball championship from July of 2018. Netherlands with the European title. Spain finished second, then the Czech Republic and Italy, the bronze medal participants. France and Ireland finished 5 and 6. Germany 7th, Lithuania 8th, Great Britain 9th, and Ukraine 10th of the 10 teams. Played for the right to travel here to Gijang-Hyundai in the Republic of Korea and compete for the title of world champion. This tournament started with that event back in July of 2018 in effect. And in total, 38 teams participated throughout continental qualifiers and now on to this U-18 Baseball World Cup, which features the final 12. 6 have moved on to the Super Round. Those will be narrowed down to 4 to play for bronze medals and the title of world champion coming up on Sunday. And we got a pickoff at first base. It's going to end this inning as Ruben Petronella is caught between first and second, and that retires the side in the top of the 5th. We'll go to the bottom of 5. Netherlands 1 and Spain nothing. We got to challenge our first, actually in a couple days, at least for the games that I have called, as the left hand of Ruben Petronella made that little bluff, tried to sneak in under the tag of the shortstop, Austin Castillo, out of the second base bag. And see if we can get an angle on the tag. Our umpires on review had a better one than we got a chance to see, and Petronella is gone, and that retires the side in the 5th. So we will go to the bottom of 5, Netherlands 1 and Spain nothing.
오이가 스페인 공격 7번 타자 우익수 다니엘 페레스.
Bottom of 5th inning. Now batting, number 27, right field, Daniel Perez.
Runner caught on the base path to end things in the top of the 5th inning. That was Ruben Petronella, the fellow on your screen just a moment ago. And we head to the bottom of the 5th. The Netherlands with a 1-0 lead over Spain here in this consolation round matchup that could well determine the 7th place finisher Corleandro Anasahasti behind the plate, taking that foul bunt attempt in off the leg. He's also on the receiving end of strike 2 out of the right arm of Luke Turbek. Well, we are getting a little more in the way of information on Loki Sasaki, who got the start for Japan, the young right-handed phenom who departed after just 1 inning. The rumor is, and has been all week, that he was dealing with blister issues on his pitching hand. And according to Jason Schwartz, who is currently on the call over there, this confirms some things that we were hearing over here on field 2, that the blister may have flared up again in that start. There you get, what a look on that replay at the knuckleball from Luke Turbek. Told you about his knuckler early on in the start. That's the money pitch for Luke. 0-2 is on the way, and on the outside corner, called strike 3, froze him with a fastball. 5 strikeouts for Turbek, 1 gone. So it looks as though it was that blister. Evidently, Japan's staff checked on Sasaki during the first. He left after 1 inning. And that may be, I would imagine, if that is actually the case, I am not sure we'll see Loki Sasaki again. Because if you were hesitant enough to keep him out of this tournament for the first 6 days, and then you put him out there tonight, and the issue that made you that hesitant comes back, I don't think you risk running him out there again. Presumably the only time Japan would be in Sunday's World Championship final, as 1-1 knuckleball ties up Rafael Blanca. Count as a ball and 2 strikes. Going fouled at the plate. 1-2 on Blanca, grounded out to second base in the 3rd inning. Right-handed hitting third baseman, DH Jorge Franco, is in the on-deck circle, and a called strike 3 freezes Blanco. And look at Luke Turbek, he is feeling it right now. Another looking strikeout.
Designated hitter, Jorge Franco.
Luke is in a groove. First pitch foul off the bat of Jorge Franco puts him in an 0-1 hole. And this one, a little weird check swing roller out in front of the plate. I wasn't sure if that thing was going to stay fair the way it came straight down off the bat, but great job by the Netherlands defensively to be alert to that ball and the spin it had to it. And Turbek cruises through the 5th. We go to the 6th, Netherlands with a 1-0 lead over Spain.
선수가 있겠습니다. 투수 에드와르도 도밍게스.
Now coming in to pitch for Team Spain, number 17, Eduardo Domnguez.
이렇게 쳐 네덜란드 공격 6번 지명 타자 쉐인 쿼트.
Top of 6th inning. Now batting number 20, designated hitter, Shane Kwan.
Moving along to the top of the 6th inning in a really good matchup between the Netherlands and Spain, the two qualifiers from the continent of Europe in the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. Back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark, field number 2. My name is Tyler Maughan. A 1-0 lead for the Netherlands through 5, and Dutch starter Luke Turbek has been fantastic. He struck out a pair last inning, retired the side in order, and his offense will go to work. 6, 7, and 8 into the batter's box. Shane Quant, Leandro Anasahasti, and Max Cups. And the first pitch is off the plate outside to the leadoff man, Shane Quant. Breaking ball there. New arm into the game for Spain, by the way. The left-hander, Eduardo Domnguez. So, good evening of work into the books for Spain starter Levan Delgado. His final line will be 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run earned, 4 walks, maybe the only thing he really dealt with, but 5 strikeouts to counter those. And the only inning in which Delgado did not issue a walk is the inning in which he gave up the run, and that was the 3rd. And the count is full now on Shane Quant, who was 0 for 2 against the starter, and climbs back in there in this lefty-lefty matchup against Domnguez. Domnguez kicks and comes home on 3-2, and a called strike 3 at the knees is out number 1 here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting number 16, catcher, Leandro Anasagasti.
So Anasahasti 0 for 2, fouls that one off of the backstop Gonzalez. Get you some numbers on Eduardo Domnguez and his work so far in this tournament. This is the 2nd relief appearance for Domnguez, and he struggled in his first one, pitching against the United States. 2/3 of an inning, 3 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout for Domnguez. That was an 8-3 U.S. victory. U.S. trailed that game. There's a called strike 3 on a pitch that Anasahasti thought was quite elevated. He's gone. Back-to-back strikeouts for the lefty Domnguez. It's a pretty good pitch. That's below the belt as it finishes. And it certainly wasn't there. Had some good movement to it. To be fair, when that pitch came in, I thought it was a little high as well, but it's confirmed on replay. That was a pretty good-looking breaking ball. Big cut and miss there on 1-1. Played away. That game for Spain against the United States, the U.S. led 2-0 after the top of the 1st inning. Spain rallied to tie things in the 4th, then took the lead in the 6th, and it was tense moments for the United States. But world's #2 rallied with 6 in the 7th, 5 of them against this lefty, who sends the 2-2 breaker up a little too high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Domnguez from the windup, 3-2. Nice job to fight that pitch away by Max Copps. On the way. Rocketed on the right side. Nice play by Giancarlo Sapero, and his throw to first is in time. It very briefly pulled Ruben Fernandez's foot off the bag, but he's able to make the catch and come back down on top of it in front of Max Copps, and the inning comes to a close. 3 up, 3 down goes the Netherlands in the 6th. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. Still a 1-0 Netherlands lead.
베트남 스페인 공격 6번 타자 유격수 예스틴 카스티오.
Bottom of 6th inning. Now batting #2, shortstop, Christine Castillo.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Netherlands starter Luke Turbek has been terrific and really efficient through his first 5. Didn't even notice the pitch totals. 61 total pitches through 5 innings, 44 of those for strikes. Turbek has been fantastic, and he's got a 1-0 lead as he goes to the bottom of the 6th inning and deals a first pitch curveball away from the leadoff man in Spain's lineup, hosting Castillo back at the top of the order, a ball and no strikes. Comes back with the fastball and pours it right in the zone. One there for a called strike 2. Turbek kicks and deals on the 1-2 and spoiled into the screen and off the hands of Castillo. Also, Castillo has been aboard once tonight, reached on an error. One-two on the way again. Back over the head of Turbek. This is going to be a tough play. Cutting in McVoss, fires to first and got him. Slow bouncer, and Voss able to hunt it down in the middle of the infield and get the out. Luke Turbek is having some fun. Left side of his infield has been really, really good. Mick Voss has had a handful of really good plays. And with 1 out, it brings up Ruben Fernandez, the first baseman. Swinging a line of right field, that's down for a base hit. That is the first real hit of the ball game for Spain. The only other hit in this game was a leadoff bunt single by Frank Hernandez back in the 4th inning. And not to say that doesn't count as a real hit. Bunt singles are not easy, but that one the first solidly struck baseball to scoot through for a base hit for Spain. So, Netherlands dealing with a 1-out base runner as Frank Hernandez climbs into the batter's box. Pitch on the way. Leandro Anasahasti behind the plate. Been a pretty effective wall back there. 1-0. Bounced right back to Turbek to second for one, on to first. 1-4-3, inning over. Netherlands putting on a defensive clinic even despite 2 errors, and we head to the top of the 7th. Netherlands 1 and Spain nothing. One nothing lead for the Netherlands as we move into the top of the 7th inning. The young starter, Luke Turbek, has been outstanding. Right-handed starting pitcher for the Netherlands through 6 innings, just 2 hits, no runs allowed against him. He has struck out 6 without a walk. He generated a double play off of the bat of Frank Hernandez to end things in the 6th. And we go to the 7th. Mick Voss will lead things off for tonight's visiting team as the Netherlands looks to get something going with its offense to add on to this 1-run advantage it has held since the 3rd. 1-0 off the plate outside. Or check that, on the outside corner. Big cut and miss there on 1-1. One-two pitch, big cut and miss there, and making quick work of Mick Voss. The left-hander Eduardo Domnguez has his 3rd strikeout and 4 batters faced, and that brings up Tyreek Kemp. Kemp back at the top of the order. He's worked a couple of walks. Top 2 spots in the Netherlands lineup. Kemp and Rice and Polonius combined have been aboard 4 times in 6 plate appearances. 2 walks for Kemp, 2 singles for Polonius. He scored the only run of this game back in the 3rd inning on an RBI fielder's choice off the bat of Ruendrick Pizzernella. Technically a 2-for-4 night for that pair at the top of the order, with the 2 walks not counting as at bats. 1-1. A ball and 2 strikes now on Kemp. One-two. Shot to left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Tyreek Kemp serves one the other way. And here comes Polonius again. 2 for 3, couple of singles, run scored, also a looking strikeout that ended the 4th inning. Solidly struck. Liner out to left from Kemp. It's always cool to see every one of these tournaments that we do, these WBSC Baseball World Cups, in which the Netherlands is a participant. Their fans always show up, and obviously not a real easy trip. Same with Spain. But good fan engagement and population for this matchup for these two teams a long way from home. 2 balls and no strikes on Polonius. Skied down the left field line and slicing in foul ground. That one will get out of play. Long run for third baseman Blanca, the shortstop Castillo, and the left fielder Rodriguez. Again, and the count is even. Two off the glove of the backstop Gonzalez, but I don't think Kemp saw that initially as it got by him, so he'll hold it first. Something just happened on field 1. We can hear the cheer from here in the headset right now as a cut and miss closes the at-bat for Polonius. 2 outs, 4 strikeouts already. Eduardo Domnguez doing some good work on the mound in relief. Darrell Collins, the Kansas City Royals prospect, set to bat with 2 out and a man at first from the person of Tyreek Kemp. First pitch there for a strike to him. The Polonius brothers both from Curacao. Darrell Collins, his birthplace in the Netherlands proper. Bouncing ball back up the middle toward the second base bag. It's scooped up by the shortstop Castillo, whose throw to first is ruled to be in time, and we will see. Actually, Netherlands won't have the option to challenge as they challenged on that caught stealing out at second base and lost that one. So 6-3 putout retires Darrell Collins and brings us to the end of the 7th top half. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. 1-0 Netherlands leads. Bottom of the 7th inning, Luke Turbek, the right-handed starting pitcher for the Netherlands, has frustrated Spain all night. His team has a 1-0 lead. As we go to the bottom of 7, Turbek got through the 6th inning on 8 pitches, which means he is under 70. As we go to the bottom of 7, 69 pitches. Really nice night for Turbek, who has thrown 50 strikes. Collects a new baseball from Leandro Anasahasti behind the plate. Set to go to work. And the first pitch drops in there for a strike. These SSK baseballs used in the 2019 Baseball World Cup, the official ball of the World Baseball Softball Confederation. There's a knuckleball that didn't break, and Juan J. Gonzalez. One thing about a knuckleball, it can infuriate you as a hitter when you can't square it up, but if it's the thing that's going to hit you, you feel all right about that. If you're going to get hit by pitch, might as well make it a knuckleball. The slowest thrown pitch in baseball, more often than not. It's either that or a Jared Weaver fastball. There's a good 2014 joke for you. Butt down foul. No balls and a strike on Paul Rodriguez, the left fielder. His punt popped up. Good pursuit there by Leandro Anasahasti, but no balls and 2 strikes as that one's out of his reach. Currently 12:38 in the afternoon in Amsterdam and Barcelona and across the cheering areas of these two squads. Chopper out to second. Kemp, Voss, first base. Ventura again with a great stretch and another double play. This one a little bit more conventional at 4-6-3. 2 gone, bases cleared in the 7th. This Netherlands squad has 2 errors up there on the board, and you wouldn't think it to watch some of these highlight plays they have put together tonight. Kemp with the perfect footwork to get that throw to second base. Hustle it there to beat Gonzalez. And a chopper out to Voss at short, who has been a vacuum cleaner over there. And the inning comes to a close. Spain sends the minimum for the 3rd straight frame, and we head to the 8th. The Netherlands with a 1-0 lead.
스페인의 선수 배지가 있겠습니다. 투수 프란시스코 산체스.
Now coming into pitch for Team Spain, number 22, Francisco Sanchez.
네덜란드 공격 4번 타자 1루수 나타니엘 벤투라.
Top of 8th inning. Now batting number 23, first base, Nathaniel Ventura.
Headed to the top half of the 8th inning, the second relief arm into the game for Spain is the right-hander Francisco Sanchez. So 2 innings of work for Eduardo Domnguez. 1 hit, no runs, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He was very, very good. So we go to the 8th. It'll be 4, 5, and 6, the middle third of the order for the Netherlands to face Sanchez. I think when Freddie Mercury and Queen wrote "We Will Rock You," that they envisioned a baseball tournament halfway around the world from their home in which a dugout would be doing the beat to that song. Probably not. First man into the batter's box, Nathaniel Ventura, 1 for 3 today, single back in the 3rd inning. Also a strikeout in the 1st and a ground out to short in the 5th. 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Ventura, Ruendrick Piternella, and Shane Quant, the three due up here in the top of the 8th. Breaking ball into the dirt from Francisco Sanchez. Sanchez, so far in this tournament for Spain, get you his numbers working out of the bullpen. 3-2 is high for ball 4. Might have been a little off the plate outside. Ventura will take a leadoff walk.
Now batting, number 27, center field, Ruben Piternella.
Sanchez has thrown 3 2/3 in relief, 2 hits, no runs, 5 strikeouts, no walks. This is his 3rd relief appearance of the tournament. He's been really, really good. The Spain team. Ball fouled off of the backstop, Gonzalez. Man, right into the front of that mask. That's a tough one to take as a catcher. Great breaking ball there, some good depth to it from Sanchez. Piternella 0 for 2 tonight, a walk, a stolen base. He was also picked off once. Eric de Bruin, the manager of this Netherlands team, trying to get his squad to the top of the consolation round standings, where they sat coming into tonight, but a loss would put them even with Spain, as that pitch on the outside corner will freeze Piternella. Strike 3, and it brings up Shane Quant, who struck out a couple of times this evening. Piternella thought that one was off the plate. That's right where Juan J. Gonzalez called for it. So 1 out, 1 on, and Quant takes one up high. Shane, Donovan, Tyrone, Quant actually owe a happy birthday to Shane. He just turned 18 back on Wednesday. Drives this one well down the left field line. It's gonna slice out of play. Man, that thing, that was not a swing that you would have felt like generated a ball that left the yard, but that thing, had it stayed fair, that might have had a chance to get out of here. A lot of power in this left-handed bat for Quant. One on the way to him, high. Story of this night has been Luke Turbek, Netherlands starter, 7 shutout innings. He's only given up 2 hits. He has struck out 6 without issuing a walk. He has hit a couple of batters, but every once in a while it's going to be expected with a knuckleballer. As Quant stands in for a 2-2 and lines it out to right.
Now batting, number 16, catcher.
That is the 7th hit of the night for the Netherlands, and for Shane Quant, his first. And it brings up Leandro Anasahasti. First pitch breaking ball, grabbed off of the hop by Gonzalez, 1-0. Sanchez puts that one over the plate with a fastball. Leandro Anasahasti coming into the night tonight, 3 for 15. He's been really demonstrative, and now sharing some thoughts with our home plate umpire, Simone Menacucci, and actually a couple of coaches who come down to try to calm down their backstop. That's Michael Dersma, who is the third base coach for the Netherlands, and Eric De Bruin, the manager, who came out. Liner left side, and that'll sneak through for a base hit. Steaming around third base and headed for the plate is Ventura. Throw is not in time to get him. It's a one-out RBI single for Leandro Anasahasti, and the Netherlands has a lead in the 8th. Anasahasti getting frustrated with the strike zone, and it doesn't matter. He takes the next pitch and laces it through the left side. Great effort from Hostin Castillo, but just past his dive. Paul Rodriguez, really a pretty good throw, but good jump from second base for Ventura. And a visit to the mound from Spain's pitching coach, Mark Juaneda. Spain fell 6-3 in this matchup last July. Look at a pinch runner out at second base here in the person of Shane Quant, as Nick Hofer will come on. Good job by Shane Quant to get this inning on its legs with his single. Two on, one out. Max Kops out of the 8th spot in the order. First pitch swinging in the air, getting out of play, trending toward the dugout roof. 0-1. Kops tonight is 1 for 2. He's been aboard twice, walked in the second inning, singled in the 4th. Left-handed hitting right fielder. Takes a strike. Count in favor of Sanchez now at 0-2. Righty home on 0-2. Skied right side of the infield. Infield fly rule is in effect, and the first baseman Fernandez puts it away. Two outs. Mick Voss, the batter. Voss has been outstanding in the field today. Does have one error charged to his account, but it was on a ball that he ranged a long way up the middle to get, just put a throw off the mark to first. And he finds himself in a 1-0 count. Right-hander warming in the Netherlands bullpen. I believe that is Giorgeni Casimiri. One on the way. Voss hammers a liner foul. That pitch weighted up and he smoked it, but went around way too early. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 gone. And takes this one to left field, does Voss, but right at a waiting Rodriguez, and the inning comes to a close. But the Netherlands adds another one, and we go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Netherlands leading Spain 2-0.
마지막 스페인 공격. 초반 타자 우익수 다니엘 페레스.
Now batting, number 27.
Well, a gem is in the books for Netherlands' right-handed starter and knuckleball ace this evening, Luke Turbek, as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Netherlands will go to its bullpen as Georgine Kazimiri takes over on the mound. After 5 stellar, terrific innings from the right-hander Turbek. Final line on Luke in this game: 7 innings, 2 hits, no runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts, only 75 pitches and 55 for strikes. He could have kept going in this game, but Luke will take a seat and he'll hand things off to his bullpen as Kazimiri and his mates try to bring it home. Kazimiri on to face 7, 8, 9. Daniel E. Perez leading things off, then Rafael Blanca and Jorge Franco. Latter third of the order for Spain, trying to find their way onto the scoreboard. Kazimiri in the tournament, this is his 3rd appearance in relief. He's thrown 5 innings out of the bullpen, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 8 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Kazimiri is a member as this ball rocketed into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Ruendrick pitcher Nella has to pick it up on the sprint toward the outfield wall, and it's not going to hold Daniel Perez, who storms his way into second base with a leadoff double.
초반 타자 3루수 라파엘 블랑카.
Now batting, number 21, third base.
Elevated pitch, and Perez didn't miss it. Kind of a Christian Yelich feel to that swing from Kazimiri. And the bunt down on the first pitch to the man behind him in the lineup. Throw to first will get actually a pinch hitter in the place of Rafael Blanca as Ricardo Van Grieken is thrown out on the sacrifice bunt.
이번 지역 타자 호레 블랑코.
Now batting, number 12, designated hitter, Jorge Franco.
So here's Jorge Franco with a chance to get Spain onto the board. He bats with 1 out in the 8th. Kazimiri is from The Hague and is a member of the Toronto Blue Jays organization in minor league baseball in the United States. He got his career started with the rookie-level Gulf Coast League Blue Jays this past Northern Hemisphere summer. Or this current one, I guess it's starting to feel like fall in a lot of places. Not exactly fall as of yet. No balls and 2 strikes quickly as he blows that one by the right-handed bat of Jorge Franco. Actually, this is a pinch hitter as well. Luis Martin takes over in the 9th spot in the order. And the fastball fouled away. Good velocity from the reliever Kazimiri. Kazimiri sets. And on 0-2, here he comes. Waved at and missed. Fantastic sequencing job there. Sit down Martin. Go back to the top of the order with 2 outs and hosting Castillo.
Shortstop, Agustin Castillo.
Castillo 0 for 3 tonight. Reached on an error back in the 3rd inning. That one charged to Mick Voss, the shortstop. Also flew out to right field in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 6th. In those 9 games in the rookie-level Gulf Coast League and minor league baseball, Kazimiri this year all out of the bullpen. 2.57 ERA. This ball skips through on Sasaki and he can't find it. It will bring home the run on the wild pitch. And Spain finally onto the board without the benefit of a hit to bring in the run, but cashing in just their third hit of the night to cut the lead back down to 1. It's 2-1. Now the bases are cleared. I'm not sure what happened to that ball. It just rolled right up the screen, and Anasahasti didn't see it. And to be fair, the way that ball kind of went on a skee ball route up the swing as Casemiro blows away Austin Castillo. I don't think Anasahasti has a play on the runner coming home anyway, but it's not going to matter. 1 run across for Spain in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th. Netherlands with a 2-1 lead. Fantastic ball game back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark Field number 2 as we move into the 9th. A 2-1 lead for the Netherlands over European rival Spain. It'll be the top third in the order for the Netherlands in the final inning of regulation. Tyreek Kemp set to lead things off. He's been aboard 3 times today. Then Ryson Polonius, the third baseman, and Darrell Collins, the left fielder. Kemp, the second baseman, takes ball 1 to get things started. Here in the top of the 9th. 1-0 pitch, a little bit high, 2 balls and no strikes. .20 fastball right there. Kemp kind of miming that swing after the thing came through. Big cut and miss there on 2-1, and the count even. We got a good one going here. They got a good one going over on field number 1 as well. Japan and Korea locked in a classic as this roller out to short will result in a 6-3 put out. Austin Castillo retires Tyreek Kemp for the first out of the 9th. Scoreless game through 6 in that one. Japan has finally grabbed the lead in the top of the 7th. RBI singles by Toyo Kumada and Kei Mizukami. That game has drawn a crowd of over 4,000 over on field number 1. And that is a more than capacity crowd for that little ballpark. This facility is so cool here at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark, but seating capacity is not huge as the backstop Juan Gonzalez lost his batting gloves out of the back pocket. Bryson Polonius goes over to hand it back to him after that throw back to the mound. Over 4,000 in attendance for that game on the main field as Polonius tried to lay one down, find his way on. Now finds himself in a 2-strike count. Bryson's 2 for 4, a couple of singles, 1 run scored. selfishly hoping maybe that game slows down a little bit over on field one and get over and catch the final couple innings. 1-2 on the way. Curveball bending inside. Bologna is the Tampa Bay Rays prospect. His brother Rayner as well. Out of the 2 spot in the order. Darrell Collins, his fellow pro, out of the 3 spot. Kansas City Royals talent. He is in the on-deck circle. Cue shot bouncer the other way. Two-two. Swung on and hammered to right. Bologna is sending Perez back to watch it go. Might not be the biggest guy on this roster, but Ryson Bologna has just had the biggest moment of the night for the Netherlands. It's a 3-1 lead in the 9th. Going down to get it. Polonius brutalized that baseball. I mean, that was not a cheap shot at all. That clears that rock wall behind the right field fence. And Ryson Polonius, out of the 2 spot in the order, gets his team that run back from the 8th. Polonius, in case you are wondering, did have a couple of home runs in his professional season. There's a fan out beyond the right field wall who'll go home with a souvenir. He's got a couple, it looks like. 2-0 is high on Darrell Collins. 3 balls and no strikes. Polonius with 2 home runs this year in the 38 games that he played for the Dominican Summer League Rays 2. He actually homered in his first ever professional baseball game. Went 1 for 4 for the Rays against the DSL Rangers 1 back on June 1st. Belted a solo homer in that game. Homered again 11 days later as part of a 4 RBI day. And Polonius mashing a ball out of here that he yanks to right. And a little bit more breathing room for the Netherlands, trying to close out a victory, and more than likely with it, a 7th place finish here at the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. 3-2 pitch on the way to Collins, high for ball 4. That sound. Man, oh man. Polonius knew he got it too. He crushed that ball and put a fist out as he was headed up the first baseline, and a frustrated Francisco Sanchez just left a hanging breaking ball. What a cool moment for the young infielder from Willisted, Curacao. If there's anybody you expected to hit a ball that distance, it's maybe this guy in the lineup, Nathaniel Ventura, who is a giant out of the cleanup spot. Rendrick Pizzernella is no slouch behind him in the on-deck circle. And Ryson, in the middle of your screen, talking with his twin brother Rayner, also a Rays signed minor league player. 2-0 pitch there for a strike. Sanchez home on 2-1 and leaves that pitch just a little elevated. It is 3-1. Second straight 3-ball count since the homer. off with a pitch. 3-1 was a strike, and the throw to second. Man, I don't know if Collins just wasn't expecting. He might have thought that was ball 4, but Collins didn't slide, and he slapped out on the tag, and now it's a full count. That was kind of strange. Collins, you could see looking back at that pitch and maybe just trying to scoot around second baseman Giancarlo Sapero, but he's thrown out, and on the caught stealing 2-4 goes that out. Now the 3-2 is a called strike 3 to end the inning. But the Netherlands gets the run back on the solo homer by Rice and Polonius. And we will move to the bottom of the 9th. Netherlands trying to close out a victory over European rival Spain. Come on back to Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark. Headed to the bottom of the 9th inning. Netherlands trying to wrap up a 3-1 victory over Spain. That's the lead as we go into the final half inning of regulation ball here in the last game of the Consolation Round's second day in the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup. Back at Gijang-Hyundai Dream Ballpark, field number 2. My name is Tyler Maughan. Leadoff man Ruben Fernandez, the first baseman. One for 3 tonight for Fernandez. A couple of strikeouts and a single. 0-1. Misses to put the count even. Fernandez, that single came back in the 6th inning. That pitch might have been just a little bit up. 1-1 puts the count back in favor of Georgini Casemiri. A ball and 2 strikes. So it will be 2, 3, and 4 for Spain here in the 9th. Ruben Fernandez, Frank Hernandez. 1-2, breaking pitch. Nice block by Leandro Anasahasti. I don't think there was even much of a flinch there from Ruben Fernandez, but Anasahasti wanted an appeal. I don't think that qualifies as a swing. But hey, when you're a catcher, you do everything you can to try to get outs. 2-2 pitch. Skied right side. Tyreek Kemp calling and catching, 1 out. Georgini Casemiri came on last inning, that leadoff double. Since then, he has retired 4 straight rather. Sacrifice bunt, strikeout, now the pop out. Blue Jays prospect kicks and comes home with his first offering of breaking ball to Frank Hernandez, in for a strike. Hernandez, the bunt single back in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and stole second, was left aboard there. Grounded into a double play back to the mound that ended the 6th, and he's quickly in an 0-2 hole. Casemiri home. Love those Netherlands hats. Crown and the flag on the right side, 1-2. Cut and a miss, and Spain is down to its final out.
4번 타자 배수 P1 곤살레스.
Now batting number 24, catcher, Juan Gonzalez.
Nice breaking ball from Casemiro to get the hot-hitting center fielder for out number 2. And the task falls to Juan J. Gonzalez, the catcher, to try to keep things alive for Spain. Gonzalez 0 for 3, but he's, or check that, 0 for 2, but he's been on twice tonight. Reached on an error and was hit by a pitch, and he puts this one in the air to left. Darrell Collins puts it away, and the Netherlands, with a likely 7th place finish, wrapped up for the 2019 WBSC U-18 Baseball World Cup, as once more triumphed over its European rival. Our final score tonight in a tidy 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's the Netherlands 3 and Spain 1. That will do it for our consolation round action here tonight from Field 2 at the WBSC's U-18 Baseball World Cup. They are still going on right now over on Field number 1 in that Japan-Korea battle. If you want to flip over and tune into that one, Jason Schwartz on the call. Coming up tomorrow, final day of Super Round and Consolation Round play. Super Round games, Australia and Japan, 12 o'clock on Field 2. United States and Korea, 12 o'clock on Field 1. And Chinese Taipei and Canada, the night game, 6 o'clock on Field 1. Consolation Round games, China and Panama and Nicaragua, Spain, both over on Field 2 at 10 and 4. And South Africa and the Netherlands, 6 o'clock right here on Field number 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow. My name is Tyler Maughan. Netherlands over Spain, 3-1.